Hey, everybody. So, if you have been thinking about how to start and stick with a carnivore diet, this is the show for you. Whether you're watching it
Absolutely.
live, whether you're watching live or on the replay, tonight we are going over all of those basics that you need to know to get started. So, we're super excited. Welcome back to another episode of Meeting Mondays with the Fierce Felines. I am Robin Heron and I am your carnivorous grandma. And I'm here with my friends G and Laura. And Laura is going to get us started tonight and we're going to talk all about those basics. All right, Laura, you're up.
Perfect, perfect. So, for myself, I would just recommend for people if you are new thinking about this idea of changing your lifestyle, I would write down your why and I would put it someplace that you can see it. I think having that available for you, like in those tough times, will be nice to have a visual for you to look at. So that's the first thing. If you are in a household where other people are going to still be eating regular foods, you have got to really shield yourself. You've got to just know how important this is for you, why you're doing it. And you may have to walk around with that sign that says this is my why. But if you stick to it and you find your tribe, which we'll talk about later, things you can do to find your tribe. I think anybody can do this no matter what. Another thing that I would do is you have to know your personality. You have to know if you're an all or none personality or if you're somebody that wants to tiptoe into a big change like this in a slower pace. So if you're an all or none, I still say make sure you have some Redmond's real salt or some Celtic salt, something that's going to help with your electrolytes. Drinking enough water, those are things you're going to want to start with. You're going to want to have some staples on hand at all time. So I think there are some hamburger patties that are already made up that are safe, but so many of those, if you read the back of the package on the frozen like aisle, they have additives. They're like natural flavors added, which that's not really great. But if you're just transitioning, it may not be the worst thing either. But I would have lots of beef. I would have butter. I would have bacon. If you're able to eat chicken and turkey, lamb, and all of those meats, fish, stuff like that, have that stuff on hand. And you want to stay full. So in the beginning, there are times where you may be eating 3 times a day and you may be snacking on sardines in between. That's completely okay as you get what they call fat adapted, which can take, up to a month, really. It's sometimes a little more, depending on like if you've had a surgery or if you have a gallbladder that's been taken out. That can make you take a little more time before you get fat adapted. But I would have those kinds of things, and I would have stuff made up ahead when I not just have it on hand, but have bacon cooked up ahead of time. You can put some pieces of that in like a baggie, put it in your purse, put it in your glove box of your car, things like that. So I would have stuff available. Hard boiled eggs are really good. If you can do dairy, having like the cheese sticks or just cut up cubes of cheese in the beginning is something you can do. Pork rinds, just make sure if you can find the ones that are cooked in the pork fat. So I know Max is a company that is fried in pork grease, so in the lard. So that I would do that. Um, Another thing is just making sure that you keep those electrolytes up. Because when you start to decrease the amount of carbs that you take in, your body is very smart and it's like, okay, we're cleaning house, and you just dump fluid. You also start breaking down some fat cells, and all your electrolytes go out with that urine. You will notice that you may urinate a lot more in the beginning when you first start this, and you may have some bowel issues where you kind of have to get to the bathroom a little faster. So I do recommend if you are off on weekends, I would say start this Friday and kind of have that weekend to get through a few of those days. Trying to think what else would I do. Staying hydrated in the beginning, you really do have to do a lot more water. I don't drink as much water now as I did, back in the beginning. I maybe do 3 of those bottles a day, where there was times where I was doing 6 and 7, but I really did need that at the time. Um, you wanna try to prevent something you'll hear about called the keto flu, and that is where those electrolytes are dumped. Some people on here have passed out and bumped their heads. I passed out, but I did not bump my head.
And
G
y'all guess
passed
who
out
did
and
that?
bumped her head. Yeah. Um,
Oh my
it can
aunt.
happen. Yeah, yeah.
I'll
And
tell you,
part
I'll write
of
that down and tell y'all about it.
yeah. So part of why mine happened was because I'm that all or none personality. So I jump headfirst into it. Then I was like, well, I'm doing this. I might as well fast while I'm at it. So I came at it two-headed. Like I had was fasting for several days, just water and a little bit of salt. I wasn't doing nearly enough salt. The day that that happened to me, I immediately put the salt underneath the tongue, made Soleil water, and have never had that happen since that. So that is something that you'll want to keep an eye on. You may also, in the beginning, and maybe even throughout, I'm over 5 years in, I still take potassium and magnesium myself, because I feel my best when I do that, because I do workouts every single day. I do some high strenuous ones. So I do still sweat quite a bit. So I just like to keep those up. And the sleeping, I really think that magnesium glycinate has helped with my sleeping. Another thing you'll want to wrap your mind around, and it's going to be hard. So you want to go out there and look at videos. So you can look at any of our YouTube channels, and you will see where we keep talking about you got to increase your fat, and you want to do it incrementally, because if you do it too fast, you're going to be right in the bathroom, because it's going to go right on through, because your poor little gallbladder has not been being used very much, because it takes no bile to break down carbohydrates and sugar. It is only there to break down protein and fats. So if you've come from a standard American diet where you have not been doing that, or if you've done low fat, like so many of us have all done, then that just sits there. So it takes a while for that muscle of that to wake back up and get back to where it's able to, utilize itself. So you want to do baby steps on that. Um, and if you like organ meat, I've heard like Leah and some other people talk about doing little teeny pieces. They cut them up to they're almost the size of like a pill, and you can freeze them if you want and just swallow them, or you can eat them if you don't mind. And some people like the taste of that. You can do that, yeah, a couple times a week. I don't personally, I would not recommend doing that every single day, because in the wild, we're trying to mimic our ancestral appropriate eating. They wouldn't have had to kill every single day and had organ meat every single day. So I just think kind of take it easy on all of that. But definitely, I would say is knowing your why, planning ahead, buying up groceries. If you're lucky enough to be in a household or you're by yourself, throw that crap out. Don't take it to the food pantry. I did that. I feel bad. I feel horrible that I did that. Get rid of it and just get the new stuff. And I know it's expensive. And I will tell you, when people say, oh, the carnivore diet has to be expensive, I would say in the very beginning, it was a little bit trying to get my feet under me and learning how I could buy stuff in bulk and cut it up myself and refreeze and stuff like that. So that's another thing is look for sales. So if you follow Russ on Homesick Buckeye, he's always going getting whole ribeyes and stuff like that now. So if you can do that and then cut it up yourself, that saves you a ton of money. Okay. Um, so I would say do that and find your tribe. We have a Marco Polo group that we do with the three of us, where you have all three of us, available. That's a great, source for you to bounce questions off of, to give back feedback. What is happening with you today, on your journey? All of us have the ability to work with you through our YouTube or websites and stuff like that. So reach out to try to find people that have done this, have been doing it. You've got Kelly Hogan who's been doing it for I think over 15 years. So that's what I would do. Um, let's see. I think that might be it for yeah. So I think that's the main things is just you got to know your why and then you've got to plan. So if you're not a prepper planner, you may want to become one a little bit and go out there. So that is what I have for how to kind of start out. So Robin, what do you have for us?
So I'm just going to read Aid's comment here. Don't give away your bottles and jars of unused food containing seed oils to your friends, family, nor work colleagues. Don't poison others. Throw it away and don't give it to the dog. I totally agree with that.
Absolutely. The
I
dog
had
won't
a
eat it.
struggle with this actually when I started because I used to do a lot of frying in vegetable oil and canola oil. And I mean, we are a big chicken wing family. So, if you think about how much oil it takes to cook up chicken wings for our 20 something people, it takes a lot. So, in my cabinet, I had a bottle of vegetable oil that I did not use, for a long time because I knew that I want to use it for myself. And I struggled with the idea of using it to cook anything for anybody. So I ended up actually just throwing it in the trash because I couldn't bring myself to use it on anybody, like a weapon, I'm using this weapon on my family. So I just didn't feel comfortable giving it to them. So I agree with you, Abe. Thank you for that comment. So my topic tonight has to do with challenges, dealing with the challenges that you will ultimately, face when you decide that you're going to incorporate a carnivore way of living. And so there's some mental things that go on, there's some physical things that go on, and then of course there's social. So I know for me, the big struggle was a lot of church events. Like we have all kinds of church events all the time. So I dealing with cravings. So I don't really deal with cravings too much, but I know that a lot of people do deal with cravings. And so like how do you address the fact that you really, really want some chips? you know, and deal with those cravings that rise up on you. So one of the things that I did personally was I used bacon a lot when I first started. I still do eat a lot of bacon, but I used bacon as a snack. So the fattiness of it, it's salty, crispy, the way that I cook it crispy. So it kind of gave me all the feels about having a snack. And it also, for some reason, bacon seems to take care of cravings. So find something that you enjoy and use that. Sometimes I will use like potted meat. I know that not everybody in here is a fan of potted meat, but
Mhm.
it's got that, it gives me like the sense of dipping. So if I'm gonna, want to have a dip or something like that, I'll use pork rinds and I'll dip into potted meat. And I don't know, for some reason, the saltiness and fattiness of that really helps me with dealing with cravings. So, dealing with cravings is like really something that is really a struggle for people, particularly when coming from a standard American diet. A lot of people crave sweets. And we know that, if you are coming from a standard American diet or even from a keto diet, a lot of the things that you allow yourself on a keto diet, have to do with sweets and sweet tastes. I mean, I know I made all the cheesecakes, I made all the cornbreads with sweeteners and, all of those cake type things, cookie things, and things like that. So, sometimes you might experience intense cravings when you're first getting started. First, you got to know that this too shall pass. It's going to pass. But the one thing is, if you keep feeding that craving, it won't pass. So the hardest part is getting through it, getting over it the first and second time. And the more you don't feed into that craving, the easier it will be for you to not give into it to the next time. So make sure that you're eating enough. Um, so I know like Dr. Berry says, eat until you're comfortably stuffed. When you're hungry, you need to eat a meal. And so when you're full a lot, then you have less likelihood of having cravings. And I noticed like during this current month, the month of September, since I've been doing the high fat challenge, I have been much more satiated with my eating. I noticed actually that since I added the ghee, the brown butter, without those milk solids, I'm even more satiated using ghee than I was when I was using butter. So there, there's some tweaks there that you can try, but make sure that you're eating enough. Make sure that you're getting full because hunger is going to be your enemy when you're first getting started on this. Even if you're starting on a keto diet, if you're starting on keto, being hungry is a problem because when you're hungry, then you're a little bit weak. You're a little bit more prone to giving in to those cravings and things like that that are troubling you. Make sure that you're getting enough salt. So I was just talking to a friend of mine as I was going through Costco today, and she was talking to me about like high blood pressure and the need to limit salt. And I said, let's not blame salt for what the sugar did, because sugar is the thing that is causing this problem. So sugar is causing inflammation. It's causing you to have high insulin. I mean, on and on and on and on. All of the things that we're dealing with caused by too much sugar,
That's right.
because we're only supposed to have a teaspoon of sugar in our blood at all times. And your body can make the sugar that it needs through gluconeogenesis. So make sure that you're getting enough salt. And as I think Laura already mentioned about having enough electrolytes, you want to make sure that you're getting electrolytes. When you're first starting any ketogenic way of eating, make sure that you are supplementing with electrolytes. Now, I know a lot of people have transitioned without supplementation, but keto flu is 100% avoidable. You do not have to go through keto flu, which is like, feeling sick, feeling like you have the flu because your electrolytes are imbalanced. So, make sure that you're getting your electrolytes. Another thing that you could do is you could add bone broth, which is a really good source of electrolytes and healthy collagen. And then, as Laura mentioned, that big why, the reason why you're doing it should be compelling enough for you to stick with it. So, I mean, a lot of times if it's, a lot of people want to lose weight, and that is the primary thing that they want, but that may not be compelling enough for you to maintain on a carnivore way of eating. So think about what your why is. What is that big why that's big enough to keep you focused? So we talked a little bit about the keto flu physical hurdles. I know that for me, when I first started carnivore, I knew that I was going to do 90 days. So in my mind, I had already set my mind on doing 90 days, period. The first 30 days I had diarrhea. First 30 days straight. If I had just told myself that I was going to do it for 30 days, I would never have gotten to day 31 where I had my first normal bowel movement of my adult life. So basically, give yourself enough time. Some people go through like diarrhea. Some people have a little bit of nausea. Some people go through like meat aversions and things like that. But you have to give yourself enough time to be able to get through those things, get through the diarrhea. On day 31, I was like, oh my God, the heavens opened up. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I can't believe that this is what life should be like, because I had not experienced that prior. And so, you will, or you may experience physical challenges during your transitioning period. We talked about the keto flu. Keto flu can make you feel very sick. And so, those electrolytes are really critical, and you want to make sure that you are getting them. So, you might have things like headaches, you might have some brain fog, you could be low energy, those kinds of things. And remember that if you are feeling like that, you need to take some electrolytes. You need to put a chunk of salt underneath your tongue and let that dissolve under there. And you're going to feel so much better. You might feel some headachy and things like that. Go ahead and have some salt. And that's going to help with that keto flu. One of the biggest things that I dealt with was the social things. So, like I said, there were so many church events. And I had already gotten to the point, because I had been on keto, I've been doing keto for a long time. So I gotten to the point of like, okay, so I need to probably bring something. But everybody's eating a salad. Matter of fact, they have a lot of events where it's all salads. And it's like, okay. So rather than being upset because there's nothing there for me to eat, you need to be a little bit proactive, and you need to think about yourself, so that what do you need to eat before you go, and do you need to put some purse bacon in your purse? Do you need to prepare a dish, like they're having a potluck? What's a dish that you can bring that you can eat? And a lot of times I'll just eat before I go. I'll make steak bites during like the football season when we were having all these football parties and stuff. I would bring steak bites. Everybody loves steak bites. So I would just bring my own dish to pass. I always have a little bit of purse bacon. You can even do things like the carnivore bar. You can do something like a beef stick, beef jerky. You can make your own beef jerky. I know she makes these meat chips and eats them and be crunching all the time, and I'm super jealous over here because I don't have them. I don't have those meat chips. So just be prepared. And realize that social events are going to happen. So you need to prepare yourself. So I always say, if you fail to prepare, then you're prepared to fail. So when it comes time and you're sitting there and everybody's eating the cake and ice cream and you're hungry, it's going to be hard for you to stay the course. So be prepared. Make sure that you eat before you go. A lot of us carnivores will eat before we go. And then there's less pressure to eat. So make sure that you're making preparations for yourself. So I want to give just one meal prep hack, and that is bake that bacon in the oven. Bake your bacon in the oven. So I know a lot of carnivores do this, but you can cook a lot of bacon on a cookie sheet in the oven. I know Dr. Berry has another method that's really easy and quick and not so messy, and that is where you cut the bacon in 3 pieces and then you just cook it in a pot, like make a pot of it. And as it cooks, it just renders down and turns into delicious bacon. But I bake my bacon in the oven. And so that is really convenient for me. And I do that probably a couple of times a week, and then I'll have bacon for a few days. I like my bacon fresh. So I don't want it to be in the refrigerator for more than a day or two. So I will bake enough for a couple of days, and then that's what I will have. The thing of it is, when you're starting anything new, there will be challenges. So we just need to keep that in mind, and we need to stay the course. Remember that big why. Make sure that you're getting enough electrolytes. If you start to feel sick on this or any ketogenic diet, you need to up your electrolytes. Eat some salt. And you're going to find that I truly will believe that if you do carnivore for 30 days, you're going to feel amazing. and probably not want to go back to the way you were eating before. So that is what I have for you guys tonight. How about you, G?
There we go. Because I was talking, y'all. So tonight I'm going to hit you guys with some long-term sustainability, community and accountability, uh, and a few varieties, and talk a little bit about fasting. So um, long term, the ladies have pretty much talked you through your. Nope, let me just go back. What are I'm 60, everyone, 60. That's my age. And I'm finding where, think of this, if you were only living to 70, I got less than 10 years left to do all the things that I want to do. So I don't want to spend time that's not beneficial. My biggest nobody's wasting my time. None. You get to 0 minutes. Zero. I'm holding on to these minutes. Well, I can say this. By eating this way, as long as there's no accidents, anything like that, like me falling out the bed, um, we'll talk about that one. I should be okay and actually live past 70. I feel like I'm going to live past 70. I really, really do. Now, with that, the changes that I've made, I've been doing this 15, 16 months now, and I won't go back. Oh, I wasn't trying to say that part. Like, we won't go back. I won't go. I'm not going back to the way I was eating. There's nothing, there isn't a meal that I miss. I don't sit around and say, oh, God, I'm carnivore. God, I want some chocolate cake. That never crosses me. I don't. Now I can sit here and think, okay, I'm gonna take a slice of ham. I'm gonna wrap some bacon up. No, I'm gonna wrap the bacon up like I said. Now I'll have those thoughts or something like that. But just sitting around for some, no, you won't have that. None of that happens if you're doing this thing right. And I'm saying to you, hold on, because I got some notes here. Uh, hold on. Let me pop on there because I really want to talk about this. Robin just talked about the meal prep. And when we say that is so important, it's like laying your clothes out the night before. Think about it. If you get up, you tell your kids this too. You get up the day of, you can't find, there's a sock missing, there's a shoe. Oh man, this don't even look right. Oh my God, I gained some. Get your stuff out at night. It's the same way. You don't just take the baby and put them in the car and be gone all day without diapers, wipes, bottle. You don't. So take care of you the exact same way. You have to prepare this stuff out. When all else fail, just walk around with some boiled eggs. I mean, there's just so many different things that you can do. This will fit your schedule because most of us, when we're out going about, we're really not looking for food. You're out enjoying your life. Food is not the thing. Now, I'm going to talk about some social settings a little bit as well. For me, that's where things come into play when you're planning. So we plan so much around food. Plan it around an outing. Plan it around a hike. Plan it around a walk. Plan it around riding bikes. Plan it around being with the grands. Plan it around a game of kickball. Something that you could turn around and do and just have a good time. You have the energy to do these different things, right? And even if you do go through to fast food, we have a way to order off of it that will actually save you money. All right, that's another one. Okay, so um, beef is the best. Ruminant meat. Why is that the best, G? Because those animals have multiple stomachs. And when they eat the greens, the vegetables, their stomachs can break it down, extract the nutrients. So I don't know how. I'm pretty sure we can find out what happens in compartment of the stomach one. Then it goes over to another part. But when it's all said and done, all of those nutrients are now throughout the cow. Okay, all of those are throughout the cow. And with that, now when you eat it, now you got the nutrients. You have it. That's what you need. Vegetables are medicine. I say they're for medicinal use. Example, ginger, turmeric, different things like that. Yes. Who told you to eat the vegetables and stuff that we do? Because see, I'm gonna be honest, I actually thought that stuff was around forever. And like meat, animals, but it wasn't. A lot of stuff like just came into play. And somebody said they can eat it and you ate it. And they didn't eat the poison ivory because something happened, so they knew to tell everybody about it. But just because it's in the forest don't mean to eat it. Okay, so wait, I got another point. Hold on. Now another one, fasting. So here's another thing. You're out and about. If you're not hungry, just don't eat. Don't. You're not the bears and get ready to go into hibernation. You're all right. Most of us got some extra. That's lunch right there. There go next week's meal. You all right? You got plenty. And then here's the great part. Oh, Laura hit it. If you're gonna start this, a Thursday or Friday is the best. Thursday, you'll feel so accomplished. Friday, you might, I can't wait for us to get off work. Saturday, you might be out of it. Okay. Robin shared with you the electrolytes. And if you don't even do the electrolytes, do not go to the store and buy that with all that sugar and stuff over in it. Bottom line, you can put it in your water under your tongue and just keep drinking water. It works. Too many people are doing this with success. I don't know anyone. People leave the carnivore diet because they fell back into the sugar, or you're young and it's like, I just don't want to do this anymore. And those are the reasons why. But it won't be because they don't feel good. It won't be because they're not living their best life. Now, I have some people that I've worked with and they didn't kind of fell off and they say, oh, I just need to get back. That was when I felt my best. Don't you think going back, that sugar getting ready to do you like this? Get your butt back over here. Yes, it's going to do that. The processed food is Look at the dry noodles. Let's just look at that. Because you have to prepare it, right? And you can actually eat meat raw. But them noodles and all that other stuff, it's like, that's not food. That's the biggest thing. It's not food. And your body is telling you that what you're putting in is not food. It's showing you that by way of inflammation, by way of acid reflux, by way of diabetes, by way of hypertension, by way of eczema, by way of fibromyalgia. Oh, I forgot that did that. By way of fibromyalgia, by way of all of those things. Ooh, and if one more person tell me they got a migraine, Jesus Christ. And you get that little piercing. I done seen it all. It's the food. You go right back to the food. There was a girl. I sent this picture to Laura today because I wanted to reach out, but then I forgot to save her thing to go back and find her. Her bottom lip is huge. You remember that picture I showed you? It's massive. And people trying to comment and stuff like that. But I thought to myself, girl, that swelling like that. What if I told you if you change your eating habits for 90 days, your lip go down? Plain and simple. And if it don't, Go back to eating what you were eating. If there's an ailment that you have, I'm saying to you, do it for 30 days. See what happens. All right. So hold on, let me make sure I hit all my points, right? Now I want to talk about what really helped Frederick and I. It was just that, Frederick and I. You had somebody to talk to. Now, when we went to an event, oh my God, and I saw a lot of you, met you, I cannot tell you what that does. It's almost like you go to church and then there's the ladies' retreat. There's a convention or something where you just really get rejuvenated by being around your people, your tribe, right? Okay. Community is important. I want to show you guys. I hope it plays, y'all. I hope it plays. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Are you a carnivore looking
Oh,
for
wait,
your
wait.
tribe?
Hold on.
Well, listen,
Stop, G.
we have the
I need
Are
every.
you a carnivore looking for your tribe?
Y'all, hold
Well,
on.
listen,
Hold
we
on.
have the
Whew. Play now. I had to do all of that. Hold on. Now I got to bring you back. And if I say present, do I see one of these screens that I can show you? No, it's not showing up. It won't. Yeah. So it's okay. Yeah, it's not going to
Click on,
show up.
click on share screen. Click on share screen, and then I will pop it up.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
But that
in the wrong
is not.
window.
Yeah, the window won't show up. So I'll figure it out while we on here, because I'll bring it in as an overlay and try and get it from there to show you guys before we leave out. When this group helps me to remain accountable. It's like sisters have hooked up. Now we got one for the men as well. As a matter, there's this filling up as well. I don't know another way to say allow a motivator, a nurse, and a coach to help extend your life. That's about the best way for me to say what is really going on with us. This carnivore diet, if you go to gbrown.com, GIEBROWN, right there, my name, gbrown.com. If you go there at the top, there's a link that says questionnaire. Click it, fill it out. The question, your name, your email, your age, and then it's asking you about you. You're going to list what's wrong, what you feel is going on with you. And once you hit submit, then an ebook will come to you. And in that ebook, you're going to have 4 weeks of sample menus. You can follow that. But if not, scratch it out and put what meal you want over in there. There's blank menus in there where you can take the meat list and say, you know what, this is what I like. Now, chicken is not going to get you the results that you're looking for. Beef fat, butter, and you can throw some bacon in there, will get you the results that you're looking for. Do I eat chicken? Yep. Now, about a year later, yeah, I'll do some chicken. I'll do the flats because of the braces, and I do the chicken thighs because it is the fattiest. And the first thing I eat is the skin. Or I go get a whole pack and take all the skin off and then fry the skin in tallow or lard. I have people that do ask, like, how do you do this? Okay. All right, let's do that. Let's go ahead. Robin found the video. Give me just a moment. I'm closing up. We can finish this off, but I want you guys to see and hear from other people who are in the group for how they are receiving it. Okay. Go ahead, Robin, if you want to. Did I see the right message? Because she's stepped
Yeah.
away. Okay, hold on. She stepped away. I'll keep talking. I'm trying to see. We got some comments over in here. All right. Well, I think you figured it out, Kim. Yes. So I do see we have a new member, Kim. Congratulations. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. And then I have here, oh, there's the video. So we'll take that off. She's going to,
Yay.
I know, there you go.
Good.
Now this is designed on my, we don't have volume. What happened?
Where's the volume?
There we go.
You a carnivore looking for your
Okay.
tribe? Well, listen, we have the perfect carnivore group for you. The group has a nurse, a motivator, and a coach, all three per group with no more than 10 members per group. You get one-on-one attention. You get to ask any question that you want. Take a listen to what these ladies had to say.
Hi, I'm Julia. I joined this felines group for a bunch of reasons. First, I'm looking for a carnivore community that has sisterhood, that is not afraid to share opinions. I'd love also hearing information on like new results that people have found through carnivore that we've never heard of before. That's exciting to me. And I also enjoy the quick turnaround time with people's information and responses. Love you guys.
Good morning. Hi, my name is Leah Claiborne at Leah Janae on YouTube. The felines have been a wonderful group. It is like a sisterhood. No matter how big or small your question is, they will answer it, or they'll lead you in the right direction to finding that information. They encourage us with movement, increasing our fat. It's just been awesome. I can't thank them enough, and you won't be sorry. Come join us. You will love it.
I joined this group because number one, you gals are inspiring in your faith. You are obviously Christians, and so I am too, and I just love that about you. I joined because I need accountability with exercise, which I heard you are in charge of. I don't like to exercise. I do like to go for bike rides. And then I have a lot in common with Laura. I do a lot of homemade products, and my family hunts, and so I feel connected to her. And then I really love Robin's inspiring scripture. So also your group is small. I like that, and it's new, so I felt like, and you guys are all in my age group, and so I'll be going through menopause soon, and I think that I would like women who have been there, done that, to help with that. And then I don't go to the doctor ever. I don't really have any diagnosis, but I am going to be going because I just feel like it'd be good to get a baseline on some numbers, and so I thought it'd be good to have Laura behind me on that. So the accountability part, just the community part. Oh, and I love to see cooking videos and get ideas. So happy to be here. I really appreciate all of you.
Hi, I'm Sandra, and on YouTube, I am at Passion Speak. I'm a person who believes that you reward yourself with quality coaching. That's why when I went to look for my carnivore tribe, I stopped with the felines, because the admin team is made up of a motivator, a coach, a medical professional. The community team is much more. They reinforce everything that the admin team teaches us. We have challenges, we have word of the day, we have accountability, and I needed that. One thing, do yourself a favor and find your tribe, for real.
There you go. So, and it just goes on to talk about different things that we provide. And I'm gonna tell you something. For those that follow my channel, Hanging with the Browns, Laura was, when Frederick had that kidney failure, to have Robin already at the throne praying. I had Laura telling me what I need to ask. What it's like it's remarkable. We have something going on with one of the members now. No names, but like her mom, Laura was able to say dot 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 dot. You have that.
Mhm.
And when we came together, the three of us ladies, it's like I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. This last month's challenge on increasing our butter, guys, we were coming on and showing. All right, this is what we're doing. Okay, Laura should be in charge of the exercise, y'all. She be up with the oh my God. But I did we're planking. And so there's a challenge for you to plank, but it's not that it ends. Planking
Right.
will now be part of your life. That's that core in there. And then it's funny because like Laura had stopped planking, she girl, what did you get up to? Some crazy number.
Like
5 minutes.
5
5 minutes?
minutes, y'all. 5 minutes. Go ahead, Laura. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And so when I brought it back, I told, hey, we're going up. We're trying to
Yeah.
do 3 minutes. But if you can
Yeah.
get to 5, great. But it's the consistency that we're looking for. And so tomorrow our new challenge starts in. I told them
Yes.
about it already, so they can already have it going in their minds. It's not like we jumped up and say, "Da-da, do this." No, we're not doing that. So they have it. But here's the thing: now that you've had the increased butter, I'm keeping that for this going forward. It did my body well. So now
Yes.
doing something. We're adding something more. Whether you can or can't, you come on and say, listen, my leg, we show you because this app that we're talking about, some of you might already have it, Marco Polo. It is a video app, meaning I'm creating a video. You guys get to come in while we're on the video, come in viewing on it, and then you get to ask your questions. You get to do whatever. If I need to turn the camera around, show it to you. If I need to reenact it, as a matter of fact, well, I think it was today that I was showing how to plank first thing in the morning. Not today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
On the
yeah,
soft bed.
right. Because of okay, we're not spring chickens, but we're looking for everybody to celebrate their 100th birthday. And this is just this the tribe, y'all. I just can't say it enough.
Yes.
This is the tribe. Yeah. Okay. We got let me see. Julia said, all right, when I took the money that I spent on potato chips, pretzels, dips for my I know from my potato chips and everything I ate Fritos, cream cheese. Look how much money she's saving. Yeah, that is so true. A lot of
Right.
things
Mhm.
that we were just putting over, and she naming a few, doggone well. These are things that we did transitioning to give this way of life another go. All right, D. Has anyone come across random rib cage pain or super
Yes.
cold on this?
Definitely the cold I did.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
cold. But
The
who get
rib
rib
pain,
pain?
it kind of depends where it's at. Some people will get rib pain on the right side. And I do think that's usually because you have a phrenic nerve that runs down both sides. So as you're detoxing, especially that first 2 weeks is when most people kind of get this. Is that when she did I can't
It
see how
says
far she was in, but
transitioning to give this way of life another go. And then so I'm
yeah.
assuming this is what's happening on this go.
Yeah. So what you see is like the gallbladder
Hmm.
that's been dormant and then it starts to kick in. And so I've had people and their pancreas is working where it hasn't been working quite as well. So I've had people do that, but you can't have a condition. It's I'm trying to think how you pronounce it. It's condochondroitis. And I think I'm trying to think. I think Kelly Hogan used to have that. Hers was more sternal, but there are people who will get it like mid ribs because you have little nerves that run through there. And so sometimes you will have that.
So here's another thing because I'm glad that Harvey had said this is because Frederick does not have a gallbladder, but I believe I'm the
Right.
one destroyed his gallbladder. So let me just share it with everybody about the gallbladder, y'all. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? You are so wonderfully made, right? And let me show you why you're supposed to eat meat. Number one, you don't have four stomachs. So when you are eating the greenery and stuff like that, you're not extracting it, the vitamins and stuff like you think that you are. And let me tell you how. Just turn around, get up, turn around from the toilet, and you can still see vegetables and corn and pea hulls and nut pieces. You'll see that still in the toilet. No one has ever pulled some meat out of the toilet. No one. Okay. So with that being said, you don't have the four stomachs, but you do have a gallbladder. And what is the job? I'm gonna let you hear it from a Laura. What is the job of the gallbladder?
The job of the gallbladder is to store bile that the liver makes. Then it shoots it off into your small intestine, lower portion of the stomach, sometimes depending on where your junction is. And that is to break down protein and fat so that it can go where it needs to go into the body. So it will break those down completely, which is why people who have a colostomy bag never have meat and fat in the bag, because it is properly broken down and sent where it needs to go into our bodies to make brand new cells, more protein, more muscle, more bone. And then of course the fats for energy and helps with our brain.
And
So
there you
it's a
go.
wonderful device.
And God gave it to you. And so let's go back. Because I was not feeding my husband what was needed, I was forcing him to be a vegan at home.
Mm.
And that little pain that they talk about, that came, honey, increased the fat. Yeah. Look, Kat said same thing. Gallbladder, low fat dieting. Why do you? So listen, if they telling you eat less fat, and then all of a sudden this pain come,
Yeah.
and they remove the gallbladder, who won? They did. They got a surgery out of you that wasn't even needed. How many people have you ever heard? Because this blows me away. Exploratory surgery.
Oh yes.
That goes on too. Exploratory surgery. They're going to explore and try and find something. Inflammation, y'all. Listen, it's not the fat that's on you that's harming you like that. So I'm saying to you, you can actually change how you're eating, and your body, with its big old self in the condition that it is, it's going to feel different within the first 30
That's
days.
true.
That's gonna feel better when you get to cross your legs and all of that. Yeah, it's gonna get better when these bones start popping back. When last time I seen a bone like this? In my 30s.
Right.
They back now, baby. All right, so where we at? Where we at?
I want to just pop this up. So, welcome, Kimberly Mayer
Yeah, we will
became a
get you into
YouTube
the group.
member.
She came
Yay!
through you, so you take care of
Welcome.
her.
Congratulations. No, I think she came through you, honey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we all on the show. We don't know. It doesn't matter. It really,
Yep.
really
You can
doesn't.
you
You
can
get
get there
in
from
where you
either one
fit
of
in
our channels.
from anybody. And guess what? We don't turn around when you in. Oh, they came in. We don't do that. I
No.
love these ladies. This is a package deal. We sold
Yes.
together like a hand in glove, baby.
That's right. That's right.
There you
Mhm.
go.
All
That is
right.
true.
So I think we've covered all of the questions that we had in comments. So why don't you
Oh no, we
tell
got a
me?
question. Instead of
Oh,
increasing
okay.
my
Hey
butter,
Terry.
can I increase my
Yep.
bacon fat? I really like it cold
Yes.
with salt. Really? Terry,
Yes.
I ain't heard that.
Yes.
But let me tell you what I do, Terry. I get mine. I'm one that do those burgers, baby, and then we call them butter burgers. And
Yes.
once you fry your burger up and put that over in the pan and put that extra, and about a third stick of butter we drop on top of there, and we eat it with a spoon. Oh my God, my mouth watering thinking about it. That's a
Yep. I
shame.
had that.
You
I had
talk
the
about
butter burger
chocolate,
for dinner
but
today.
you talk about chocolate, all of that means nothing. Talk about a butter burger, and my mouth is watering. Yeah,
I did ribeye
Mhm.
fat with my burger today, which is always.
I know.
Oh,
I'm
no.
listen. I'm on the. I told the man. I called the butcher. I've been trying to reach him now for 10 days. And every time I call, they're like, he's not here. I said, okay, look at here. This was today. I said, just tell me, do he still work there? And they say, yeah, he work here. I said, oh, okay. They said, well, what do you need? Now, see, for me, this is like on the down low because a lot of stores don't want to sell you the fat. So this is on the
Right.
deal. And I said, well, a lot of times when I'm shopping, I just kind of check and see if y'all have some fat. Then he said, oh, I know exactly who you are. I said, okay,
Yeah.
look at here. I need some fat. And I said, now it just sounds like I'm calling around like a crackhead, trying to find me some fat. I need some fat.
Mhm.
I cannot survive without fat. I really, really can't. I cannot survive, and I want to switch it up between the butter and the fat. All right, I coat my rib. Oh, wait a minute. What we doing here? Oh, look, we both clicked. You know what? Don't stop it. I say I coat my ribeyes in bacon. Ooh, then dip them in
Oh my
ground
gosh. I'm
and
going
then
to try
air,
that.
air fry
That
them.
sounds
They taste like
amazing.
I am going to try that.
That sounds
oh my
Mm.
God.
incredible.
Yeah, look, wait
That's
a
like a
minute.
I
chicken
have
fried
ribeyes.
steak.
I
Do
have
you
Chicken fried
ribeyes
see?
thawing
steak.
in my
Mm.
fridge. I am
I need
doing
to
that. Thank
I
you,
need for
Jay.
everybody to see how the carnivores are reacting over this. Now, look, this man said bacon grease dipped
Yeah.
in ground pork rinds. Where y'all eat like that?
On a
Over
ribeye.
here. Over here
Yeah, that
for
sounds
the ribeye
Ribeye.
amazing.
steak. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
steak pork chop. I can see that.
That
I
sounds
can
amazing.
see
Mm-hmm.
that. Oh
I'm
my
doing
God.
it.
There we
I'm
go.
doing it. Yeah.
Terry say she like butter
Yeah.
burgers too. Let me see. I did a high
Yeah.
fat for a long time, but ironically, I am finding higher protein to be more effective.
And I
So
think
this
Hmm.
is
there are some people,
interesting.
yeah, that have
Mm-hmm.
that.
I think that this is kind of the department where everybody different comes into play.
Yeah.
Because, some people can eat a lot of fat and feel great. Some people can, do the protein sparing modified fast and they feel great. Some people can do high fat days, some people can do lean days, and that works for them. So I'm glad that you found the thing that works for you, Chrissy. That's fantastic.
I
I want
will add one
go ahead.
thing though, that you have to be careful when you are doing higher protein. Like if you're an overeater, which that was me, I could probably eat 4 pounds of meat if I really just let myself do it. You have to be careful because too much protein will cause the liver to do gluconeogenesis and you will dump a bunch of glucose. So anybody that's doing that higher protein, I do think I would have blood work done just to kind of see where your fasting insulin and your fasting glucose would be. But I've worked with people that are like they just feel better that way, and I'm like it's n equals 1. I always say try what everybody's doing and then try what everybody else is doing. Try different things until you find what works for you.
So here's
So
what
this
I
one,
found out. I
oh,
have to say this because I wasn't getting enough fat. And Laura kept saying, you need more fat than you think. You need to eat more fat. You need to eat more fat. And this past month and I'm still not even up to like an 80%, which is where my target is to try to get to 80%. I'm at like 68 to 70% fat. And I feel so good with this level of fat. I need to increase it a little bit still. But surprisingly, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat that much fat. Like, I don't think that I think I'm gonna gain weight on eating that much fat, but I'm finding that I feel really satiated. I feel happier. I mean, I feel great on this level of on the stick of butter a day that I've been doing for the last month.
All the
right.
things that crazy nurse told you.
So this first sentence here reminds me, this is one of the things that I used to teach this piece. I would say,
Absolutely.
like sales, create the same cell. I say, if you end up with a scrape, a ear don't start growing here. You just don't have ear tissue. The skin that's on the bottom of your feet don't all of a sudden, if you scrape yourself, don't all of a sudden start coming on your neck and face. It doesn't feel like the bottom of your feet. So your body is wonderfully made, is what I'm saying. And it needs the proper fuel. So I don't know what kind of cells your body is making. I really, really don't. I don't know what mine was doing, because how am I making these healthy cells when I am mixing condensed milk on top of cinnamon rolls, saturating? I never ate it, but I'm saying I've seen that video so many times where they took them cinnamon rolls and they put that
Yep.
extra, and then they put all it, and then they put something else, and we said your body is
Poison.
supposed to have a teaspoon of sugar.
Teaspoon. The
And
whole
what is-
body.
What is that doing? And
I'm
then
just like
you crank
poison
up
the
the
whole time.
Oreos. Look, you got the Oreos, and
Mhm.
then you making the cream cheese and some more stuff. I see those all the time. I really do. And I'm like, oh my God, they actually sell this to us, and it's tearing us up. It's tearing. So I don't look. I have sympathy for those that are doing it, because I used to do it as well. I did. Oh yeah, I see that. Honey will leave, run to Walmart, get a whole whatever that thing said, and here I am. Thanks, Kim.
Mm,
Karen.
I wonder
Maybe.
if I've been overeating protein. That's a great question. This is a fantastic spot for an N equals 1 experiment,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I'm big into. Like try and see. Like increase your
Yep.
fat, see what happens. Reduce your protein. See it. Are you satiated? Are you full? Are you feeling satisfied? Do your
Yeah.
cravings come
How's your
back?
sleep?
Those kinds of things. Yeah. And a variety of different things that you can think about as you are looking at your N equals 1 experiment. Every single one of us can do the experimentation that you need to do for yourself to find out what is best for your body.
I just want to add one last thing. I would like for everybody that's on to just hear this. Do you see how a question came in? We were able to put it up, and then you got a variety of answers. That's what happens in our group. That's
Yes.
what they love. You have that little thing. Oh, I wonder if. You don't have to wonder. Come on in and say it. And then, so we'll comment, but you have other people with their expertise and what they've done. And it's like, well, this was my experience. You have that in a small group setting. It's remarkable. And when you just answered that question, Laura, I say, oh, this remind me of the group. Somebody popped in a question and like,
Right.
bam, and then y'all know Laura always giving you the extra so you feel good in what it is that she's saying. All right.
All right, you guys. So what's happening on your channel this week, Laura?
I'm going to be, I think I'm going to, like somebody was mentioning, I don't remember who it was, sorry. It might have been Harvey mentioning that would be a good short to do about like the gallbladder and the way that works. So I may do some of that. I did that little sale thing yesterday where I
That's
went
what I
to
want to
a
know.
vendor place, and I have to remake everything because it is gone.
Yes.
Gone.
I knew that was going to
But
happen.
I felt like I needed my Bible because all these and a lot of these were like patients I've had in the past, or the family member of a patient I had before, and they come up and they're like, "Oh, I've got arthritis. What should I do?" And the vendor next to me is chocolate chip cookies, and I said, "Stop eating the sugar. Stop eating the wheat. Stop eating the junk." And the lady next door, she looks at me and she goes, "That's all I do." I said, "Do you eat it?" Because she's this big around. She goes, "Well, no." And I said, "Then why would you sell it?" You know, I just said it. It's just the way I am. And I just was like, But so I will be making a lots of my products this week. Yeah. So I'm going to be a busy gal doing that. I'll try to do a couple shorts. I really just absolutely love the Marco Polos. But I do want to explain one thing. If you do go out and you click on any of our join tabs, make sure that you give us your email because we have to send you the invite link so that you can get into that Marco Polo. And you'll also have to download Marco Polo on your phone, which is very simple to do and it's a free app. So I would absolutely do that. Oaktown.
Right. You got that
Baby,
right, Oaktown
listen,
girl.
the people didn't know. They wasn't ready for her. They was
I
not
know I was
ready.
preaching,
Oh,
but
I know.
yeah.
Oh, I know. Oh, I
And I
know.
couldn't even help myself. Literally, somebody came up and wanted to buy tooth powder, and I was like, "Hang on a minute! I just had to finish the soapbox of the poison diet and the FDA." And then I got done, and he goes, "I'm gonna buy the tooth powder, the soap, and the facial serum for my wife." I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, it was a really
Let
good
me say
event.
this about the group. I want to say this, ladies,
Yeah, yeah,
openly. I want to say this part. We do have Laura in the group, and she's full of information that she is. In the group, she answers simple questions just like here. If you need by any her to go over your blood work, anything that's really personal to you, then
Yeah.
there's a link for you to book time with her. I get on her. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, not. You have to book some one-on-one time with her. She has, I created the link. So I know she has a link. And that's where you can go. She can look at your blood work. She can do all of
Yeah.
those things. And here's the great part. She don't have to be, you don't have to be a part of the group. She still has the link. So if anybody, Laura Brands, you wait, where's the thing with
Russell
our
Brands. Let's see
Laura
here.
Brand? I'm just jacking that all up. Where is it? Right here. Wait, bam. There we go. And there's her website, russellbrands with a z.com. You can go there. You can go to and you can book time with her. You can go to mine and you can get that free ebook that has the just answer the questions. Be truthful. Those questions, those
Yeah.
answers are for you. That's your documentation. That's for you. And I don't turn around and reach out. You reach out. This is your why. I'm not chasing. I didn't have anybody to chase me down for me to get my life right. It was an
Right.
opportunity. I knew my body was jacked up. I knew I was big as all outside. I knew that they wanted to do back surgery. They wanted to fuse my back together multiple times. I knew that I had been on Percocets for 3 years. I knew I was getting back injections into my spine. I knew they was sticking me also in my bursa on my hips. I knew all of these things were going on. I did not know it was connected to the food. When I found out about the carnivore and I did switch over from being vegan to say something has to give. So there has to be a connection. And every ailment was gone. I have not had
Amazing.
a pedicure because you could not touch, you just had to do my toes. When I go get a pedicure, they put this much water in the basin, just enough to go around the toes. Don't you massage my leg? I couldn't take it. My husband has never been able to massage me, but he can now. I'm gonna leave that.
This is
Girl,
not
It's not carnivore.
That was
Carnivores
after dark.
After Dark.
What's going on
Keep
your
it
channel
clean.
this week, G?
Oh, listen, I have a show Wednesday coming out with Leah Janae, who was actually in the video because both of us have something in common and we've been unveiling everything Wednesdays at 1:00. And I still have some travel videos that I am going to get out. There's a playlist on my channel that has Frederick and I traveling. And I don't do my reviews like everybody else. Mine yeah, I talk about different things. I don't need you to show me the ship. I show you the ship, you're gonna walk around it, but you ain't gotta show me the show. I'm gonna sit in. You tell me to go see it, I'll see it. But it's other stuff I want to know. And that's what my reviews are about. And so
All
there we
right.
are.
For me, I'm actually going to be interviewing Kathy Ulrich, who I met on the Carnivore Cruise, G's Carnivore Cruise. So I'm going to be interviewing her on
Yes. Oh my
Saturday.
God, I reached out to her last week to see how she was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yep. So I'll be doing
love
that. Also, tomorrow is October. It's sweater weather, y'all.
Yes.
And
What?
Yes.
it's
Sweater
sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Yeah, so I'm excited about the October challenge. You guys, I'm going forward with another month, 2 more months I'm planning to do of my high fat challenge. So you guys will see videos coming out. I'm planning on doing some scripted videos. So there may be a slight reduction in the daily videos and a little bit more focus on doing some, because I want to do some different techniques and learn some new things about how to do video editing and put out some videos for you guys. So that is what is going to be going on my channel this week.
Well, y'all see this little fun that we have right now? You guys have to wait until next week for us to come back. Everybody else gets to see us every day. Now, disclaimer. All right. Disclaimer. It's first thing in the morning. You liable to see some pigtails. You liable to see. There's no telling what you because
Night clothes.
Listen, exercise, her,
Yep.
sprinting on the you
Weights.
get it all. You get it all. Okay, you get it all.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Karen, come on and
right
join
here.
me in the butter challenge, stick of butter a day challenge. A
There
stick of
you
butter
go.
a day.
Yes.
It will make your
Karen, you
pants
probably
fall
need
off.
to be in our group. Y'all, come on, get into
Yeah.
the group. Hang out with us
Come on, get
all
in the
week
group.
long.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're a party.
And so until then, look, in between time, you work your thing and I work mine. We're gonna see y'all next week. And some of y'all
Yeah.
sooner,